Hello and welcome to PokerSchool, lecture number 7. So, in this lecture, we are going to discuss the difference and similarities between heads-up online poker and full table online poker. So, the difference is pretty much like this: that heads-up, you are trying to play online poker against one player, and on full table, you are playing like against 5 players, against 8 players, and there are also in between numbers, like sometimes it is 4-handed or 3-handed, you're playing against 2 or 3 opponents. So, but in this lecture we're not going to discuss these in between cases, which are also very fun, that could happen very easily, but we are focusing on heads up and full table. So, on the bigger sites, biggest poker sites, well, we can name like PokerStars, Party Poker, GG Poker. Well, Party Poker maybe not so much, but it used to be pretty big. So, let's say on sites that have a lot of traffic. Let's say you want to play Heads Up No Limit 2 or Heads Up No Limit 5. Like, you cannot, because if you table start, you can start a new table, you can start an empty table. What happens if there's like 10,000 people online, it will fill up like in 5 minutes. You can't really play heads up. But on the smaller sites you can. Let's say you want to play heads up on iPoker, on 888, on Tiger Gaming or whatever. You can start a new table at No Limit 2, No Limit 5, whatever. And one person will join and you can play him heads up for quite a while, half an hour or more. The thing is, with smaller sites, is there could be that somebody doesn't come at all. So there you need to find the balance, like with the traffic. And there's also another thing: these small sites, for example, they do offer heads up tables where it's only 1 versus 1. But I have noticed that nobody comes there. like the fish or these weak opponents that you are looking for, they only see these 6-max tables. And they say, oh, there's a free place, there's only one person, I can join. But they don't even see these heads-up tables. So you need to be clever and aware and knowing what you do. And you need to find the correct balance. Let's say you start a new table at PokerStars at No Limit 2. In 30 seconds there is like 4 other players. But let's say you start a new table at iPoker at No Limit 2. You can play one person that joins after 5 minutes for 30 minutes maybe. So, but maybe you don't want to wait this 5 minutes until somebody comes. So you need to find what is suitable for you. But I would say it is possible to play heads up. You need to figure out the traffic, like how many people are joining, how fast are they joining empty table at your desired stake. Sometimes the fish, the bad player, also table starts, then you can join them. But usually the one who table starts is a strong opponent. So you need to be careful. Like, if you see like there's an empty table and one player waiting for others to join, there's a pretty good high chance that this player is a winning player at these stakes and a good player, so that you cannot probably just crush. So you need to be aware of this. So the problem though with micro stakes heads up is that the rake is super high. Like in 6-mac it is very high already, but it gets really high at heads up. But this is where you can still win money, because it is possible if you understand what your opponent is doing. Is a weak opponent, your edge can also come super high. So the rake is super high, but your edge against the other player is also super high. So it kind of evens out if you're experienced. But at the beginning, you cannot really do much about it. Like, but you're breaking even or you're losing, or at the beginning you cannot just crush the opponent. So unless they are like very bad players, so one solution is to look for only the very bad players at the beginning. One solution, so that your edge against them is bigger than the super high rake. This is possible. There are people like that. Like, I don't I don't tell you where they are, but they are like search like at your desired stakes. I don't know what stakes you wish to play or what stakes you are playing, but there are places. There's like 10 or more sites possible for you. You can find these places where there is this bad opponents who don't know how to play the game, and you can play them heads up. Even I have done this in the past, so it's possible. There are many sites possible. So why play heads up at all? Wouldn't it be better, more comfortable if there's more opponents? Then I don't have to worry. Like if my blind gets attacked out of position, I have invested the big blind or small blind. I need to protect. What should I do? That's it. This type of scenario start to come up if you play only 6-mac. You don't know how to play very wide ranges from the blinds, heads up against tough opponents. So you're not comfortable there. You only play 6-max and you don't know what to do when you wide range versus wide range is suddenly on the flop, on a very wide flop range with a heads up, and you only check fold always because you don't know what to do, or you make a stupid bluff and lose money, or you don't get value with your good hands. So to avoid this, I kind of encourage to try heads up as much as possible. If you feel and see that you're losing a lot of money trying out heads up, don't. But I would encourage to try it at least. Maybe you can find some free rolls where you can practice heads up at least, or if you don't want to invest any money or you're scared of this heads up. But it's a very important element, and I would say you can't be a successful poker player if you don't know how to play heads up, at least to some degree. Like you could like multi-table 9-max and make money and never playing heads up, but still it's very valuable if you have good heads up skills. Then you can outplay the opponents even more at the 6-max and 9-max tables. And what this is specific about heads up is like you're gonna start to see and read other people fast. Like you see, oh, this is this type of player, he's doing that, I'm gonna play back like this. So this is more like individual player-based attacks that you start to make. Because you see, oh, this player does this and this, now I'm gonna exploit it very heavily by doing this. And of course, against very good players it doesn't work, but we're talking about not so good players. When are we talking about like no limit 2, no limit 5, something like extremely low stakes because we are practicing, we're learning, or like people, I don't think that there will be like players who are super aware of ranges and stuff like that. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna start to find their weaknesses and try to attack these weaknesses, and this is very educational. This is where you learn the most, like how to get the money from this specific player. It's not robots online. It's not the robots. It's fair play on the casinos. It's fair play on the poker tables, online poker. So there is no robots or whatever. It's banned from the network. So you are playing a real human player, and you need to be aware of what this specific human player is doing. Why is he doing that? How could I exploit that very fast? So this is where this learning is extremely valuable. If you master this even a little bit, like how to get money from the other person fast, this is extremely valuable for the 6-mac, as I said. And if you wish, you can stay at heads up forever and move higher and higher or whatever. But I like to combine them. I like to play both heads up and 6-mac. And sometimes the stuff I'm doing at heads up doesn't work at 6-mac. I'm surprised. Like there's at Micros the flop is sometimes 4 ways, so I have no clue what will I do, because my strategy doesn't work anymore. I used to play heads up and now it's like 4 ways on the flop. But overall, it does help a lot. Your game, your confidence from the blinds and with wide ranges. So you will start to learn the ranges and probabilities and stuff like that. So, and the final advice maybe would be that you're not going to win money from the good players, unfortunately. Like, this is something even the good players skip. Like, they are not aware enough of the higher rake. The rake, remember, is super high at microstakes heads up. It's like, I don't know, but it's like it could be up to 10 or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm new to no limit, but in fixed limit it was very, very high. And in no limit, maybe up to 20 even per 100. I don't know, 20 big blinds. I'm not sure. It can be super high. So, so if you play against a player that is equal to you, you both gonna lose like 10 big blinds per 100 if the rake is 20 big blinds per 100. So you need to be a lot better than the other player. Unless you are practicing, unless you go there with the mindset, I'm not here to win money, I'm here to practice, you can do that. But I still wouldn't recommend that. Like, the goal in poker is to get the money directly from the other person. You learn like anyway, but if you're so stubborn that you want to play these good players and learn heads up from them, even if it costs you money, you can. Like this, but it's not my advice. It goes against my player principles, so to call it. So I'm trying to play heads up against players that I believe I'm winning money from in the long term. So it is palm hunting and it is fish hunting, and this is where I am as a player. So what I'm doing, I'm widening this range of players that I'm playing against. I start to accept more and more tougher and tougher players. Let's say before, at the beginning of my heads-up career, I didn't play these loose aggressive players at all. Anyone who raised a lot, I sit out. But now I'm accepting them and getting money from them also. So it's like gradually you accept more and more players and start to understand the weaknesses. But at the beginning, you need to have a clear edge, and otherwise you're like down money really fast, and this can be devastating to your mindset and stuff. So okay, so thanks for listening. I hope you found something from this introduction from lecture number 7. Thank you.